Hi, I'm Brandon. I love Hallmark movies and mystery movies.
I'm Brian. I like Hallmark movies and mystery movies.
I'm Dan, and I despise Hallmark movies and mysteries, and this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hello, everybody. A little break in the action. 20,
30.
a timeout.
What?
Yellow flag.
Because it's still Christmas in July, but Hallmark decided, when we should premiere a new movie on the Movies and Mysteries channel right smack dab in the middle of Christmas in July.
Yeah.
We have no choice but to cover this movie. We're contractually obligated by the contract we've made with ourselves. And so what can you do? What can you do?
You can try to get in the Christmas spirit with Balsam Hill.
Yes.
You can watch us on philo.tv/DTH.
You can listen to today's new episode of Christmas Morning, which is the 25th, everybody. Happy actual Christmas in July.
Great.
And the Christmas party that we recorded at Bramblefest is out on Christmas morning today. A lot of fun to be had over there.
Yeah.
But man, it's tough to believe this is the last week of Christmas in July. We've had so much fun.
It really isn't. It's been a busy month because of Bramblefest.
It's gone by quickly,
but yeah, I will say I'm going to miss the tree.
Yeah.
Do we have to lose the tree?
I don't know if we have to lose the tree.
We're not giving it back.
No.
This is take it from us.
But it's not Christmas year round here.
Well,
it is just
now,
off
right?
camera.
Just off camera. Yes, there's a tree that's just off camera.
So we just keep putting trees in the corner.
Just keep putting them in the corner.
Nobody.
Until
Maybe
every
we-
corner has a tree.
Maybe
No
we could
corner
put a
goes
tree.
without
Maybe
a
we could put a tree on the lobby.
ooh.
Yeah, I love that idea. You know how sometimes they come in and they have to do work on the elevator and they get mad at us if we have stuff in front of the door?
They sure
What
do.
if that was a tree?
What if it was a tree?
What if it was
there?
a tree that was in front of the elevator door?
Yeah, where people are trying to.
Now, this
there's
is not an actual elevator door. This is a door to help people that are in danger.
Yeah, exactly. Which
This
has
is
happened as
which
they
has
have
happened.
needed it.
It has
they
been
need
stuff.
to get into the electrical room to mess with the elevator, which happens to be in our office.
They get a little upset when my bike's in the way.
Yeah. What do you want us to do? We
My
didn't
real-
know you were coming
my
in
real
to work
bike.
on the elevator today.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing that you can do.
So
I don't know.
Christmas tree there is what you're saying.
Christmas tree everywhere. Christmas tree in every room.
Yeah. But if you wanted to get the sale at Balsam Hill, you'd have to do that right now.
You could do that right now. I think now would be the time. If we were going to do a tree in every room, we should do it this week.
That's right.
Buy it from Balsam Hill.
Of course.
Because it's up to 50% off. And
Yeah,
then
plus
five
podcast,
for
all
you.
caps, 5%.
Do we get that promo
We do.
code too?
We get that discount as well.
They
Yes,
get
we
that
do.
to any old person, any old buddy.
Wow.
I'm a buddy. Are you a buddy?
Sure.
Or are you
I
a
think so.
body? Hit the floor. Really quick, one more quick fun thing for the people playing at home.
For those of you playing at home, get out your cards.
I have so many Christmas movies on our Philo DVR.
Yeah.
And because I've been saving as many as I
Do you
can,
actually have something, or are you just making up something now?
I'm just letting people know
Okay.
how excited I am.
Okay.
Because it's not. Listen,
Yeah.
I can't watch stuff all the time as much as I'd want to. I can't watch.
Can't watch stuff all the time. That's a rule of life. You
That's a rule of life.
have to do other things aside from watch stuff.
But then, like, you think to yourself, when I'm setting up the trees in every room, I'd like to have Christmas movies on, and now I can't because they're on the unlimited DVR with the Philo, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
And
Which
so
ones do you go to? What are you going to?
You know the ones that I've watched the most of last year?
What's that?
From last year's crop.
Sure.
Most colorful time of the year in Noel Next Door.
Next door, yeah.
Multiple viewings.
You're the worst person.
How you doing? Yeah, you're right.
You're
right.
What do you mean?
You
Colorful
throw
time
on
of the year.
Noel Next Door. It's a nice treat.
Because it's like, I could put on, the Three Wise Men and a Baby.
Yeah.
Christmas
Yeah.
goes to Christmas always.
Yeah.
Goes to
good.
Christmas always.
But I don't know. I find myself when I'm scrolling through the unlimited DVR with a slew of movies, finding myself stop at Noel Next Door and Most Colorful Time of the Year multiple times.
So proud of you.
So I don't know if I need to do a re-ranking.
Where Noel Next Door
boy.
is one and most colorful time of the year is two.
I post my rankings throughout the holiday season on the platform X, also known as, previously known as Twitter. And
called it the Platform X.
we're calling it X now.
No, I'm
We
calling
are?
it Twitter.
It's X.
I didn't know this.
Oh yeah, no, it's now
Yeah,
X.
this morning.
Hadn't followed.
X.
It's
Here
the
you go.
news. Okay.
Check this out.
Birds
They
are
changed the
birds
the
are
app
so
icon and
yesterday.
everything?
Well, on the app, it's still.
on. I
got
think
the
on
bird.
the web it's
On the
gone
web,
to
it's
X.
Yeah, because that's where
Listen,
people use Twitter.
boy.
Is
Yeah,
That's
it's
right.
on
you
the
log
web.
onto the computer.
You
you
log
on
you log on.
your desktop,
Is
probably.
it X.com?
So maybe I'll share my. There's the
There it
X
is. You
logo
see it?
right up
There
there.
it is.
See, so
Aaron
10?
pulled it up there.
10. Right then,
It's
right?
X.
It's just a 10.
No, it's X.
10.
What I didn't know about X.com, it's actually, if you go to X.com, it does
got
redirect.
X.com?
He bought X.com back in 1999.
What's his kid?
He's just
doesn't
been
his kid's
squatting
name
on
start
X.
with
Yeah, I think he's got a thing for the X. All that to say, I think I might share a re-ranking on my X account.
On your
It doesn't
Platform
sound
X.
My
like a
Platform
good-
X
yeah, you go
account.
like this when you say
X,
it.
it
right.
does sound like I'm
That's
sharing it on a dirty website.
It does.
It does. It's not great.
Yeah, I'm going to put my real rankings on Platform X.
Platform X,
what I'm gonna
my only X account. You can find those
Only
there.
X
Only
account.
X. Only X. All right.
Would you really have those two movies ranked higher because you watch them more?
What's the difference? What's the difference does it make?
Just having a good time with them.
What do you mean? What's the difference?
All I'm saying is, yeah, probably.
Where are
Okay.
they not? Do you remember where Noel Next Door? It's high for you.
Yeah, it's in
right?
top 10, I think.
So, yeah, you'd have to
Most
bump
colorful
something
time.
out.
I have a groovy time though with most colorful time of the year. It is.
But that's not fooling anybody into like people thinking it's actually good.
What is
Sounds
good?
like-
what does that mean?
We do this all the time, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
In a sense, but now I'm starting. Here's the thing: I'm just starting to kind of. Why do I feel like I need to get like talked into what is good when I feel like I've got a pretty firm grasp on it?
No one's trying to talk you into anything.
I feel like I'm getting talked into it all the time.
I mean, that's on you.
All the time.
All the time.
the time.
I'm constantly. Listen, I hate Vans. I don't like wearing them.
But yet,
But you're here.
I'm here.
We're always like
Platform
Brandon,
X.
where are the
I don't want to
Vans?
call it
Platform
that.
X.
There's nothing I can do. A Lifelong Love is what we're talking about today. A non-Christmas movie that was thrown in the middle of July. So,
yeah.
Do you want your ranking?
Yeah, give me
Yeah.
my ranking.
So you have Noel Next Door at 7
Thanks.
Yeah.
and Most Colorful Time of the Year at 20.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah. I think those are fair for like, obviously, Most Colorful Time of the Year is worst in my
What's
list.
my
but
top 5? What can I bump out?
Ghost, Three Wise Men, Hall at the Holly.
It's Ghosts of Christmas
Yeah.
Always, Hall at the Holly, Three Wise Men and a Baby,
Yeah.
A Kismet Christmas, and Holiday Spectacular.
All right.
How are you
switch
supposed to-
switch Noel with Kismet.
Yeah. Kismet Christmas.
I love that.
It was
movie.
so
love
Christmassy.
You love that
Oh, it was
movie.
so Christmassy.
Your hot take on that movie is
I haven't rewatched
is
it though.
appalling.
I haven't
We
rewatched
should
it.
rewatch
I
that.
should
Maybe
rewatch
today.
that.
Sarah
what
Ramos.
do you have right after Holiday Spectacular but before Noel Next Door?
That's a great question. What could it
What's
be?
your number 6?
Oh no,
Holiday Stocking.
Holy Sitter.
No.
I have no
It's a
idea.
movie only you like.
That could be.
Oh, it's the Prince. Right?
Oh! I stand by that 100%. I have rewatched that
Still
one.
the best ending
I have,
of a movie
I have
think
rewatched
I've ever
that
seen
one.
on
Oh,
Hallmark
good
Channel.
gosh.
It is. I almost Kismet Christmas for some reason. I forget
You were
based off the title.
so high on that movie.
Based off the title, though, I for some reason forget it.
Yeah.
And so I need to get back on that horse.
So
That's
Christmas,
kinda
get
weird.
back on that horse, and we can
Dude,
do
the
a
freaking recipe.
double feature.
The recipe shows up
Yep.
in the hole.
Wow.
In
What
the
a
hole.
Wow.
Back to
Wow,
the
what a hole. My Platform X. A Lifelong Love originally aired on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries Friday, July 21st, 2023, and it went a little something like this. We see a black and white-ish montage of a couple in love and them, hanging out and drinking out of one cup. And then the guy goes off to war or something.
What was the name of it?
What's going on?
So I thought it was
He
like
said it
a
was washed out in Sephora, and I said, I think you mean sepia.
Sepia.
Yeah.
And
Sephora's like
Sephora's a makeup, a
store.
cosmetic.
Yeah.
Of course, I was getting there.
Yeah.
It was black and white-ish, or
Yeah.
Sephora.
Sephora.
Yeah.
Or if you want to be, precise about it.
If you want to be precise about it. The narrator is reading like a poem. How do you say poem?
Home.
Okay. And that's great. Cut to color.
Okay.
How do you say? I keep wanting to say Annika. It's
Annika.
Annika.
Anika. It's Anika.
Annika was letting her grandpa read her latest poem. She's trying to get a book published of poetry. And they're talking about grandma and how she was cool. And then he's like, hey, have I ever told you I loved a woman before your grandma? And she's very into this. Like, yes, I would love to hear as much about your love life as possible, Grandpa. And tells her the story. That's the people we were saying at the beginning of this movie. Did you know that? And he's like, I haven't spoken to her since 1965. And he's like, I heard that she's single, ready to mingle as of 10 years ago.
Down to clown even?
Down to clown as of 10 years ago. But I would have no idea how to get in contact with her.
Platform X.
Platform X,
That's right. That's how you do it.
We then meet Ryan, who has a niece named Ellie that's living with him, and he's a photographer who is looking to publish a book of his own of pictures, a picture book.
Picture book.
You guys got any
Street
picture
photos.
books? You guys got any picture books lying
My
around?
kids, I'm sure.
No, like coffee table books, like with like
don't
lots of
think that I
pictures.
do.
I've got one called I'll Be Home for Christmas movies.
That's a
It's-
great one.
oof.
I do have an actual picture book for my buddy Mitch Tannis. He
Oh,
put out a
really?
book of some of his photography. It's great.
Oh.
Mitch is great.
Shout out.
Shout out.
I think it's called Nowhere. I don't actually know if you can buy it anywhere though.
you're doing whatever you can to like break up the
This
boredom that
movie's
is your
just a
synopsis.
slog a minute. So he wants to publish a book. Annika goes to pitch her book, and it goes horribly. And on her way out, she bumps into Ryan, and
Ryan
they
Cabrera?
know each other. Ryan Cabrera. This is crazy. Bumps into Ryan Cabrera, and they know each other. And
We bumped into Ryan Cabrera.
we sure have.
It was a time.
It was Chicago.
Did he say he would come on the show?
He did.
Waiting
Yeah.
for that
He
confirmation,
did.
huh?
Before he went out and played On the Way Down. In
15 years later.
2019.
Love that guy. Super kind. So bumps into each other. They know each other. I met her, and she
met her.
randomly. Rick, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Doing wonderful.
I thought I might appear on this episode.
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
How has
you were
July-
gonna need some filler.
How has July been for you? I know you had the Big Boss Baby Fest.
Yeah, it was a lot, it was a time. Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was the debrief meeting was crazy from that.
Who'd you debrief with?
Smokes.
Yeah. Is that a
Smokes?
person
Yeah,
or a
Smokes. You know Smokes. He hangs out at Fitzy's.
Don't know
Yeah,
Smokes.
Smokes. Tannenbaum.
Old Tannenbaum?
No, just Tannenbaum.
Just
His
Tannenbaum.
son.
Got
Yeah, yeah,
Little Tanny.
yeah.
Uh, Who?
Kit was there.
Kit. Like the
Yeah.
car?
Smokes, Tannenbaum, Kit. The whole gang was really there for the debrief. You know these people. We had
Yeah.
a full sesh.
How they
So
feel
now
like
I'm taking it easy.
How
I'm
they
taking
feel
it easy.
How they feel like it went?
I think they feel like it went pretty well
Is there
considering numbers were
anything-
down.
any-
We're working on improving our numbers and our, quite frankly, our reputation amongst the community.
Amongst what community?
The Boss Baby community. Yep.
Your festival that's Boss Baby related has a bad reputation within the.
Well, I think, sometimes you can overcrowd a room with Boss Babies, and I think we probably made that mistake.
How
And
many babies?
I don't want to answer
How
that
many
question.
babies?
It's not important.
It
Answer
sounds
the
like
question.
a legal
Tannenbaum was in
question.
charge of the Boss Babies.
How many
And
babies?
That was another mistake.
How many babies?
56 babies in one
56
room.
babies in one Red Roof Inn
Yes.
room.
Conjoining, I might add.
All right. It's not as many as I thought.
Yeah. But I mean, the movie went off without a hitch.
Of course.
The TV show, yeah,
Really?
there's some downers in there.
Some downers.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Wrigley.
You're welcome.
So they catch up and they're talking about Grandpa. He loves Grandpa Abe. And he goes up to pitch his book. It's not going well because, quote unquote, he doesn't plan. And those are his words, not like the person he's pitching to. And she then barges in and is like, what is it that you want? What type of book do you want? Do you want a mystery? Do you want a blah, blah, blah? And this is when Ryan Cabrera pipes up and says, how about something about your grandpa?
What's that?
And what's that, bud? And he's like, yeah, we could do a thing about your grandpa. And the book person is like, what about your grandpa? And that's when she's like, yeah, my grandpa was in love with someone before my grandma. Big whoop. But they haven't talked, blah, blah, blah. Want to find her, can't find her. Maybe we will write some poetry around it. Foggy on the deets. But the publisher loves this idea and says, you have a short amount of time to get this book to me, and then we'll publish this sucker. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. And so they begin to do some research, trying to track down any old person named Ruth to try to find his old boo thing, Ruth. And so they go and they're just his old boo thing.
Got it.
So they go and they're talking to lots of Ruths, and none of them are his old boo thing, Ruth. But that doesn't mean that they're going to stop there, because they like start asking, like, what, have you ever been in love? And all of them have just these stories of love, which is great. The book is, what they're doing is an interesting thing where she will write something and post it on her blog and then see how it kind of works in blog format with the understanding that she will then take that, reconfigure it, and give it to publisher. Publisher says, I haven't received squat. I haven't received jack squat.
Not jack squat.
I haven't received jack squat. So book out of here, scram. And Ryan Cabrera's like, bro, I haven't had anything since that one song. You can't just be doing stuff and deciding I'm not going to send stuff to publisher when we have to send stuff to publisher. And she's like, I'm sorry. Well, the good news is you guys remember Ellie? Ellie's been reading Ellie's been reading a mystery book this whole movie.
Yeah.
And you're like, that can't be important.
No.
It is important, because guess who wrote that book? Old boo thing Ruth.
Old boo thing Ruth, who I did see live. They were phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
A little slow.
It's a folk band.
So they're like, open up the book, open up the back sleeve where Ruth's picture is there, looking good. Shows it to Abe, and Abe is like, that's my old boo thing. So they go and they track her down, and it's they're hitting it off, and then I guess they convince him to let us finish the book because we found old boo thing Ruth.
I think that they come in and they have the book.
They have it.
And
they did it anyway. Yeah.
They did it. And he's like, I'm glad you did it. You did the publicity.
You did
for me and
it.
everything.
This is wonderful. I love that. Book gets published. They go on stage. They kiss, and everybody cheers because the book is there. And that, my friends, was a lifelong love.
We did it.
We did do it, everybody. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to break this movie down with 4 segments. We're going to be very focused from here on out.
Yeah, of course we are.
Here on Deck the Hallmark. No.
Not today.
Not today.
Can't do it today.
No.
Of all the days.
Maybe tomorrow.
Not today. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Deck the Hallmark. No! Welcome back to Deck the Hallmark, where we're talking about a lifelong love.
Yeah.
The non-Christmas movie that premiered in July on the Hallmark Movies and Mysteries Network. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Brian, let's start with you. Hot take.
Sure.
What'd you think about this flick?
It was good to see Decky Award-winning Avery Peters.
Yes.
It's been a little
Surprised she
bit.
didn't
let's get
sneak the
that
Decky in.
positivity
She didn't
out
sneak
there
the
early.
award, the
Yeah.
trophy in or
Yeah.
anything like
That
that,
would've
but
been
that's
nice to
fine.
see that on
Just like in the
screen.
background on a
Yeah,
shelf or something.
What she's reading or
Course.
something, that would have been nice. But
Great to
so
see
good
her.
I like the idea of like a motley crew coming together for a purpose like this. They're kind of thrown together. I really liked Rory. I think that the whole idea, but this didn't have to be a book at all. But Rory just being like, you're going to go do this, having just seeming like he has no clue what he's doing.
At all.
No care in the world.
Just put it out there, man.
Yeah. And so him being so careless and probably not qualified and probably doesn't care what happens to their publication there. It made it more believable that he would be like, yeah, go do this. And they're so desperate to have a book published, they went and did it. And so I felt a little attacked for being a planner, if I could say so, speak for myself, and I'm sure others.
I thought it was at some point going to come around where all the carefree, fly by the seat of your pants, of Rory was going to be evened out. And like Andrea Brooks' character was going to have her day and it'd be like, see, this is why it pays to be a planner.
Yeah. No, Ryan
never does.
Ryan got to just be carefree
That's right.
and skate through
That's
and
right.
barely do any work.
Yeah.
She did, as the guy who did all the work for all the projects. Like,
That's right.
She's staying up late writing all the poetry. He's like, yeah, you got this. And it actually kind of, it annoyed me, and then it sort of infuriated me, the amount of, it's going to be fine. That like people who, like you guys can just do stuff without thinking and planning.
I'm
and you're
always,
fine. All the time.
I'm the it's going to be fine guy.
And it works out for you. And if I do that, it doesn't work for me. It just doesn't work. So when somebody says to me like, oh, it's gonna be fine. It's like, it's only gonna be fine if I spend the next 14 hours making it fine. Like, it's not just gonna be fine.
How do you know though? You never tried it the other way.
I can't do it. I just can't. So the only way
What happens? Like, you get stressed?
Yeah, I get stressed. I get anxious about it. Like, I don't think
How
properly.
Were you in group work, Brandon, in high school?
Me?
Yeah.
Who, me?
Yeah, it depends on the group.
Yeah,
like
sure.
There were times you got to feel it out, right?
He wasn't great.
You got to feel it out. There are
hear it
times,
already.
when the work needed to get done, if nobody else was going to do the bulk of the work, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But you always play it. You always feel it out.
Yeah.
You always feel, is there someone in this group that is willing to do the bulk of the
still
work?
has to get done.
If they are, who am I to stand in Brian's way?
Of course. Yeah.
But I'm also not going to just sit idly by and not let it get done.
Yeah.
So,
Can't do that.
My groups always knew that I would be fine doing the speaking, and nobody wanted to do the speaking.
Yeah.
That's half of the group grade.
It's a huge
And so
part.
I would never have to do. They'd be like,
busy work.
if you'll speak, we'll do the other stuff.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to speak, and I'm like, great, it's a great deal for me.
Yeah.
So
that's the situation. You're sort of right. The group matters. Like, if you have somebody who
That's true.
wants to speak, somebody who wants to do the research, and somebody who wants to throw crazy ideas out, that's a great group that works together.
No, but the dream is to be with somebody who really cares.
Of course.
And it's like, I'm going to do everything.
But
It's just safer
but it's not
for me
frustrating.
to. No. It's just, hey, it's just safer if I do everything.
As a teacher, what I found is the people that present like that to their group want everyone to like them, and then they come to the teacher and they're like, I'm doing everything. No one's helping me. Why aren't they helping me?
Yeah.
And the group's like, we thought they were going to do it all. Like, and they don't want to share with either side of it.
Right.
I would never do that. Like, if I was in a group, I'd be like, I'm in. Like, what do you want me to do?
Yep.
Like, or I'll be in charge and I'll be like, you do this, you do this, you do this. But inevitably, it was like, well, if you'll talk, like, it happened every time.
Right. And
So
that's
fine. Great.
That's great.
Here for it.
But they just kept saying to her, like, you got to chill out, you got to relax, and when you're uptight, like, that has the opposite effect. It just does not work. When somebody's like, relax, you're too uptight. It's like, you're making it a little worse. So it just felt like it was very one-sided in that sense.
Tell someone who's like a planner and someone that likes to work ahead, tell them to calm down a couple of dozen times.
When they're doing all the work, like for the stuff. Yeah.
See how it goes.
Yeah. It's not great.
Like, I can't even imagine going to my wife and every 10 minutes and be like, hey, can you calm down? Like, are you
just
kidding
like
me?
take it down.
Are you kidding me right now?
You kidding me right now?
No.
So I was
Now,
surprised.
if you ask me, I'm gonna be like, hey, we're good. Everything's good. It's fine.
Right.
But also, like, do your process. And this movie rewards. Basically, the theme of this movie is just don't do it, and you'll do it.
Somebody will do it for
correct.
you.
Yes,
so
correct.
I was just surprised how far they leaned into that, and so it was just a little triggering in that sense for my type of personality.
Yeah, sure. So I had you write my hot take for me, and I do appreciate that. So I'll read it here.
Yeah, just
an uphill battle, seeing as how it's Christmas in July. This movie was going to have to knock my pants off if it wanted it to be something special. Unfortunately, it did not do that. I found it to be a bit of a snoozer, and I'm just ready to turn the Christmas lights back on. That was really good.
Thank
You wrote that.
He wrote that for me.
That was very kind
I haven't
of you.
actually. I didn't do
I said,
anything.
if you
for
say it, I'll write it.
yeah. So I said it.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Brian.
Sure.
And I just said, Brian, I'm not going to plan a hot take. I'll just wing it, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest, I have nothing. There's
Stressing
nothing
me
I can
out.
do. There's
Stressing
nothing I
me
can do. This movie's garbage. It is god awful. One of the worst of the year. I feel bad for Andrew Brooks and Avery Peters.
It's not
in
one of the
particular.
worst of the year.
It is.
Some have
easily
to be.
like the cardinal sin is boring, and this movie commits that cardinal sin. Time was standing still. We've had a lot of snoozers this year. We've had some bad ones, but I'm gonna go look. There, I definitely. Hi.
You rang?
Yeah. Who is this?
Danny Snoozer.
Oh, yes,
Did you?
these are on
Were
the
you?
line?
Did you almost say Danny Tanner?
I did. I've been listening to Joey
Yeah.
Gladstone's new Full House podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
How's
a real
that?
thing. It's not great.
Great.
Yes, I'm Danny Snoozer. You said
We had a
something
lot of
about me?
snoozers this year. Yes.
How many? Family reunion?
Snoozer family reunion.
Like, how many snoozers are we talking? Who else we been doing?
8.
Who was here?
Terrell was
You,
here?
Teddy. You let all of
T's.
those.
Yeah. Yeah.
The T
Man,
snoozers.
Forget you guys, in the words of CeeLo Green.
Yeah.
Radio
you.
edit.
That's right.
This is a lot from the snoozer.
It is
here.
a lot for the
This is a
snoozer.
big
Typically, we
snoozer
don't
going
ever
on.
talk to him at all. There he
That's a big
goes.
snoozer.
Yeah.
We
Here's
lost.
what
him.
I'll say, Brand,
Feel.
to your point. I would take every Love Club movie over this movie.
Oh, ho, ho, ho,
All 4 of them.
ho, ho,
Give me
ho,
all
ho.
4 Love Clubs over this
Whoa, including Marry Yourself?
movie, including Marry Yourself, because that movie was bonkers new, and this movie was nothing new. It was terrible.
I can't.
This
stand
movie's
by that.
awful. It's boring. I'd rather you be actively bad. That would be your case for most colorful time of the year. So bad it's funny. Like this movie is just bad and boring. That's not a good combination at all. So yeah, I hated it. Really, really terrible. And it does not help that we're coming off of 2 new original Christmas movies.
True.
We're coming off other Christmas movie rewatches of some of our
It's been
favorites.
a great festive month.
We're doing all kinds of fun stuff. Lifetime Uncorked. And then this just like anvil of Ambien just shows up out of nowhere, brings the whole thing down. It was bad.
And it almost felt like a February movie that just like we'll just hold on to this until we need
It's
to
like
do something.
HBO Max is like not showing you stuff they produced, and Hallmark's like, well, we made it. We got to put it out there. We don't have a choice. So they're just chucking it out there in Friday at Christmas in July, hoping it flies under the radar. It's just terrible.
Well, let's get to all the feels.
Let's.
Brian.
Mine was Avery Peters. Dan, you're gonna love this. Was her getting the line of the movie where at the end she got to say, "Now I'm the one capturing romance."
It was so terrible.
I loved it.
I felt so. Did you hear me?
I did.
I felt so bad for Avery
it was
because we know Avery a little bit, and the fact that she probably read that on the page and was like, "I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to do my job." She had to say that line. It was brutal.
Yep, it was great.
It was so tough to
And
watch.
she crushed it.
Perfect
And
line
she
for
did it
that.
as good as she could have done it.
She did.
Decky Award winner.
Decky Award
For a
winner. You
reason.
see why?
2-time Decky Award winner.
2-time Decky Award winner.
That's why.
Not
Delivered
many
that
out there
thing.
can say that.
Nope.
2-time Decky Award
So
winner.
that was. I
Avery
enjoyed
Peters.
that. I got a kick out of that.
There is a very specific candy ice cream store
Oh, my word.
in this movie that I just want in my life. I like candy stores. I like ice cream stores. What if we combine them? Here for that. I also really like blue bubblegum ice cream. If cotton candy's not available. And
Are we ordering ice cream right now?
so if I'm actually thinking about starting my own candy ice cream store. So that's just me. But
You've been thinking about starting your own candy ice
just for
cream
like the
store?
last hour.
Since you saw
What's it going to be called?
Candy on Rye. We'll work on it. That's not a good title.
Rand's
how about the
Candy.
sweet the
Candy on Rye is one of the worst names I've ever
Okay, how
heard.
about this? The sweeter things in life.
The sweeter things in life.
That's
it's a
not
long
bad.
title, but better.
It's a long store name. Okay, how about
the
this?
sweetest things. Shorten it down a little.
Sweetie's ice cream. And
Are
the
you
sweetie,
Sweetie in this
police.
regard?
I am, but also the
Yeah.
candy is the sweeties.
Sweetie's ice cream.
You were the
Sweeties,
candy
I
fighting
am
it
Listen to
out.
this. The week you are open when parents meet you and your name is Sweetie, you're going to be shut down.
I'm sweetie.
Im-
I
Immediately.
won't. Well, we'll get a mascot.
You
We'll
wanna
get someone
introduce
like
yourself as Sweetie?
we'll hire a sweetie. Yes.
In my old town, Keene, New Hampshire, there
Shout
is
out.
a cupcake candy ice cream store called Life is Sweet.
Life is
Life
sweet.
is sweet. That's
See,
it.
that was
Can
right
I
there
take
the
that?
whole way.
How about I franchise it?
Sure.
Great.
You could ask them. I'm sure they're listening.
Yeah, they are.
Getting to talk to Snoozer earlier was my feels.
Yes.
That's all I've got.
Good feels.
Yeah.
Oh, he's still out.
He's still out cold. Yeah.
He's a big
We'll be back here. Take the hall.
Take the horn.
Oh, I like that, Susie. Brand's Candy Stand and Emporium. I like an Emporium.
You sure do.
It makes it sound a little bit just bigger.
It
Like
well
just
because it's
like
Brand's Candy Stand and Emporium.
an Emporium.
And the-
who
the-
knows
I-
what else is in there?
Ice cream in this case is the Emporium. Yeah, which I like. Candy on Rye just screams ice cream.
Yeah, sure does.
Well,
We
we're
need a
working.
clip of Brand saying, "We will hire a sweetie."
We'll hire a
yeah.
sweetie.
Him
Like,
interviewing, like, so you
Yeah,
ready to
so-
be my
so
sweetie?
You're going to be my sweetie.
guys, don't make it weird.
Yeah, that's what made it weird.
No.
Are you down to clown?
Hallmark Daddy's ordering a
Hallmark.
Hallmark Daddy's
Daddy.
hiring a sweetie if you're interested.
Okay.
Oh boy.
No.
Oh,
I am
boy.
hiring somebody to play the role of Sweetie. There's
Go
a
to
difference.
texthallmark.com/daddy sweetie.
You can find that on X, the
On X. Platform X is where you can find
I
that.
don't need it from you
For sure.
This is a good idea. You know, like they hire a Ronald McDonald. Like there's no real Ronald McDonald.
Of course, what?
You don't think
So they
it started
hire
out as
somebody to play
to
that
play
role.
Ronald
So this is in this case Sweetie. Like
Yeah.
I can't be Sweetie.
No, you can't
No,
be
I
sweetie.
can't.
No.
So
Just
I
Sweetie's daddy.
I would hire a sweet old woman named Sweetie.
Named Sweetie.
Yes, and she's just she never serves the
So
ice
you won't
cream.
even consider anybody who's not old. That sounds like age
I would only
discrimination.
Yeah,
consider. I would
that's
only.
ageist
I
is
would
what that
only
is.
consider old people.
You can't be.
Sounds like you're in trouble before you even
That
start.
no,
right.
no one says you can't do that.
can't be a 35-year-old sweetie.
No,
That's too old, huh? I mean, not
65 and
enough.
older.
Too young
65
for you.
and older.
35.
See, somebody who's
for
like
the role.
nearing
the,
retirement, you want to pull them out of
for the
retirement,
role.
30,
make them
you're
work.
32. You can't have a 30-year-old sweetie.
Boy,
Guys, for the role,
yeah.
for the role of Sweetie.
But if
They
they're
need
in
to
a,
be
of
old.
in a
Hallmark Daddy
mascot
Sweetie,
costume,
yes.
how would you
They're
know?
not wearing a mascot costume. They are the mascot. They're the Sweetie.
They are playing the role.
I don't know why this is so
of
hard.
Sweetie.
Like Ronald
McDonald?
Yeah, like Ronald McDonald
in full makeup
in full makeup. But
Yeah,
then
I don't
they're the
know.
costume.
Okay.
I don't know, guys.
They're the Sweetie.
full Monty.
Full Monty.
Well,
No.
Let's get
No,
to
no.
the Wait What is where we talk about what is
Skeeter's
this
also going to be. He was at the meeting.
Who?
Skeeter was there.
Skeeter
Yeah, Skeeter was there.
Skeets?
Yeah, Skeeter was there.
is his grandma available?
Maybe you were looking for a sweetie.
Well, to play the
You were looking for
role.
a Skeeter sweetie.
To play the role.
Peter, sweetie.
To play
she
the
may be
role.
available. You never know.
Just like not even
Could I
serving
be
the ice
Sweetie?
cream. No.
Why not?
Lord no. Lord no.
Now you're
Just
just
let him try.
Now you're
All right, Rig.
you're sexist.
Give it. Okay.
Give it a shot.
Okay. Fine.
Yep,
Rig.
yep.
Someone walks in. You're
I
Sweetie.
happen to bring a tape of 4 different auditions of me wanting to be Sweetie
All right.
at Brand's Candy Stand at Emporium. You want to play that clip?
Play that clip, Aaron.
Hello, welcome to Brand's Candy Stand Emporium. I'm Sweetie.
I don't like that.
I don't think we can play the rest of those. I got to be honest. The way
You're
he
so
said
aggressive.
Sweetie.
Yeah.
It came out a little strong. I fixed it in the next one if you want to hear it.
Give me the next one.
Hello, this is Brand's place. We've got candy and other things. They call me Sweetie.
I hate it. Actively hate it.
Rick, you can't do that. That's going to get everyone fired.
What do you do with the third one?
You want to play
Just
the
play
third
the
one?
third one.
Okay.
We're already halfway.
Sweetie's the name, candy's the game. Welcome to Brandy's Candy Stand.
Brandy's candy stand.
I like that. Brandy.
Yeah, see, that's a
Brandy's
little better.
candy. But then
Yeah.
I have to hire someone called Brandy because I'm not Brandy. I'm Brandy.
Rick surely doesn't have a Brandy.
No,
All
that's
right.
right.
So you're
Oh,
safe
of
there.
course.
All right. Wait, what? Brian?
Yep.
Yeah, the fourth one we definitely
Well-
want to get to for sure. Go ahead.
We got a non-disclosure on that one. At one point, she says, "Doing online poetry equals good at the internet."
Yeah. No, I think the line is I post poetry online, so I'm notoriously good at
Yeah.
the internet.
Yeah. So I didn't know
What
that.
are you talking about?
Yeah, I didn't know if you just posted things you were good at
It's
the
one of the
internet.
dumbest lines ever said.
Her meeting with the publisher. This is one of those situations I just felt like could have been an email.
Yeah,
Like, just,
yeah.
You're not getting the book. That would have been easier. Have you ever seen an empty candy store? Because I haven't.
This
That's what they
candy
showed.
store is closed for business.
It was a storage unit that they put some
There's
candy in.
No one works there.
Nobody.
Most of the lights are off. I don't know how they got their ice cream. Nothing's
They
open in
scared
there.
themselves.
It was
it's a self-serve.
Self-serve.
situation.
It was just so weird. It was
Very weird.
such a weird
Yes.
way to do that scene.
They didn't have any extras. They didn't have any.
Yeah. They didn't, or any real it didn't feel like a candy store at all. So, that was just so weird. And Ryan said, I mean, this is just so nitpicky. What 5-star Michelin restaurant did we just walk into? We all know that Michelin does not give out 5 stars.
Come on, guys.
And that's
You knew
all.
that, right, Brian?
What?
Yeah, exactly. Well, you could have a 5-star restaurant, or you could have a Michelin
star.
So it's like you got to
Singular.
Maybe he was just putting them together to make it a super good restaurant reference.
So wait, Michelin just gives out just your star.
3.
Your up
3
to
is the
3.
highest you can go.
3's the highest you can
That's
go.
right.
But getting 1 Michelin star is a big deal. It's not like 1 out of 3 stars. If you get one, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll know when you
When
go
you
for
just-
them at Brandy's Candies.
Yeah, of
I'll
course.
get it. So at one point, she's talking to her friend after her first initial pitch sesh doesn't go well. And she says, "Since when do you have to be famous to get a book published?" And her friend says, "Since 2016." And I don't know why. I don't know what happened in 2016.
Who published in 2016?
Who published in 2016
Yep.
that changed the game? Because we published a book since 2016.
And we're not famous.
And we're not famous.
Not even a little bit.
So I guess we're fighting the good fight. That's
right.
You don't need to
Unheard
be
of.
famous.
Unprecedented.
Since 2016. Why can what's the book guy's name?
Rory.
Why can't Rory just look at the blog?
Exactly. Yeah.
He says he does. Look, no, time out. Rory's
He's the publisher.
The publisher.
With the
Okay.
year.
So like the whole thing is
Ryan
you're not.
Cabrera.
So
Ryan Cabrera,
it's
he says he has been, but that's not the same.
what is she supposed to be sending like that? It's
Yeah.
More
hey,
poetry.
Take the good things
Yeah.
that's doing well, and then we'll publish that.
Yes.
When you're right,
I don't understand what the deal is here. Where it's like, hey, I'm going to post this book, some poetry for free on a blog, but then we'll see how it performs. But then you also have to send me, what is she supposed to be sending him
a great
that's
question.
not in the blog? I was so foggy on that, and I just ended up getting a little bit mad about the whole process. Because it's like, either just send him what you've been publishing. If the whole thing is like, it has to be perfect, well, you've published it somewhere on the line, so might as well just take that. Or, hey, I'm going to be posting along the way. Just take the best stuff and we'll make it into a book. I don't understand.
Especially since they only have a week to write this book. You would think that time is of the essence, and he should be reading along every day.
And I just don't know, like, what that was messy to me. I just didn't understand it at all. Dan?
I wrote not only for the candy store, but for most of the movie.
The blog are teaser poems. What the frick's a teaser poem?
What?
What do you do?
Yeah.
How do you you take a poem that's a teaser and you make it longer?
I think that was the idea.
So
it was
people
like a
that-
brief caption poem. But
Yes, Aaron?
Well, Brian's right. Like, so they were posting his photos with like poem captions, but the book is supposed to have longer poems.
I guess she was supposed to write all those along with the little caption poems, which is just, it doesn't make a lick of sense, if
It
you
doesn't
will.
make any sense.
Still bad.
It is.
I just wrote down, why is no one in this movie? Like, there are multiple scenes where people should be in the background, should be working, and they're just not available, not interested, not there, not hired. I don't know why, but they're just not there anywhere. And then they're in this candy store, this abandoned candy store, by themselves, and they go over to a claw machine, she wins a toy, and she goes crazy. And if you want us to believe that she did that, and that's a big deal, maybe remove the "everyone's a winner" sticker from the claw machine that explicitly says, if you put $1 in, you're going to get one of these. The claw works every time. Remove the sticker so it looks like she did it.
The machine doesn't mean you'll win. It
means everyone's a winner in life.
Just in
it's
life.
more of like an
Oh, no.
encouraging word.
Sure.
There was one of those at a trampoline park in the area, and when my kids were little, I would always be like, "You want to play a claw machine? Let's play this one." They would just think it was the best thing in the world.
Always
get
win.
Everyone's a winner. That's exactly right.
Everyone's a winner.
This is one of the weirdest dance sequences. of
Oh,
all.
man.
When
Which
they play
one?
all of them, but the first time the dude's like, this song was one of my favorites when I was young, and I believe they made up a song that's supposed to sound like Motown. I don't think it's a real song, and they're all dancing, but some are dancing too fast, some are dancing too slow. There's clearly no music being played, and they're dancing anyway. It's real embarrassing for everyone involved. Just bad. The old full court one-on-one basketball game happens in this movie. That's a choice that was made. And Avery Peters asked what an LLC means. And the response is, it means she's either self-employed or she's an entrepreneur.
Some of those things.
Both of those. How about both? Not an either or. That's a both and. You know, you can be self-employed and be an entrepreneur. You don't. It's not one or the other. It's yes. Both of those things happen. And then lastly, the gym is closed for maintenance. So they're in there playing, the lights are off, and some woman comes in and goes, "Excuse me, we're closed for maintenance." One, what maintenance? What maintenance? Who is in there doing what to this gym at all? Second of all, this gym's open to the public. It looks like it's like an elementary school gymnasium.
Yeah.
Like it's clearly a part of a bigger building. How did they find themselves just like breaking into a gym that was closed for maintenance to play one-on-one full court basketball? Weird. That's all I got.
It's time for What the Hallmark is, where we wonder what could have been, maybe having some clarity what you still have. Brian, what are you still wondering about?
I was wondering why Ellie's parents didn't want her anymore. She was just, they were splitting.
True.
And she was just with her uncle the entire time. They didn't mention her. I mean, they mentioned the parents splitting up, but they didn't mention her like going home or talking to them on the phone or anything. So I'm just kind of was wondering what's going on there that they just shipped her off. Does she just visit them every summer, or what's up with that? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one.
stuff.
Yeah. That's really good. Yeah, I mean, I guess I just, you know, I'm relatively invested. And I saw Relatively Woke live, by the way.
Yeah.
You did.
They're just okay.
Yeah.
All the songs are kind of in the middle somewhere.
It was really
It was
preachy.
probably different than that
really
snoozer show
preachy.
you saw.
Yeah, different from that.
Oh, there's the Sweetie.
Sweetie.
I don't
Never mind.
hate the idea of this book, if I understand it correctly. And so is there anything out there that's like this? It's like a cross between a mystery poetry photo book. Does that exist anywhere? Can I give it a look over real quick? I would enjoy it. I love a love story.
You do.
Maybe in mystery form through poems. I'm not against it. I'm a man of culture.
Sure. Sure
Dan?
are.
Yeah, I just want to know how long it was till the book was published.
Yeah.
Because they had a week to write the thing. How long at the end when they're actually to print on it, what was the turnaround time there?
Yeah.
How absurd are we talking? Because it was crazy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We did, everybody. Congratulations. A new movie down. More to come.
Yep.
Next month.
We didn't have a
coming
preview episode for this one, so did it even exist?
Yeah. There is also a movie this Saturday that's not getting a preview show. Do you want me to preview it real quick?
Yeah, real
thank
quick.
you.
Do you, I'll
No, thank
preview-
you.
Okay,
Oh,
let's
just
do
the
this.
title.
Let's go to the Double Decker of the Week, and we'll come back and we'll preview this
love
weekend's
that.
movie. Hit it!
Boys.
Double Decker of the Week.
Oh,
my
goodness. What a week.
I gotta be honest with you. I feel right at home. It's time for the Double Decker of the Week. It's where we dive into the life of a double decker that is signed up for Brentwood Gen Plus at the Double Decker or higher tier.
That's right. Yeah.
And painted us a deep dive on Google Plus Platinum Gold.
Last name, I could be wrong. I believe it's Janice Heppy. Janice Heppy is who we're going for. Could be Janice Hepp, but I'm going Janice Heppy.
Oh, Heppy. Going with
Heppy Steppy.
It's
That's
Heppy.
right. Yeah, it is Happy. Okay,
It's
good.
Happy.
You're saying
So you've done the deep dive. What did you
love it.
find out about Janice?
Janice, can I say it? A boundary pusher.
Oh,
if you will.
okay.
Is that a good thing?
TBD.
TBD.
But she's crafting and creating. I think some cutting edge stuff and maybe a little edgy for our show.
For our show, should we do this? Then?
I don't.
You just do the deep dive.
Guys, I'm just telling you what she's
report
doing.
What you hear
I'm
is
just
all you're
reporting
doing. Great.
what I found.
Good.
And so
You're like the person who brings us the food. If it's bad, we shouldn't get
That's
mad
right.
at you.
No,
You
no,
don't. You please
Get mad at the
don't.
chef.
Not your
You
fault.
didn't. It's not my fault. I'm just telling you what it is. And so she said that people wake up sometimes in the morning. They're a little upset. They're a little stressed out about some things.
Sometimes at night.
Yeah,
Sometimes
and-
in the afternoon. Sometimes at noon.
Really, I don't know what your schedule
No,
is.
no. You wake up. If you work
do
third
you do
shift,
whatever you
work-
want to do.
But go ahead.
And sometimes you're trying to reach around, you're trying to find stuff and trying to grab things. And she said that one thing you might be trying
So
to
you
find
wake up sometimes in the morning and you're
trying to reach her,
trying to reach around.
grab things and stuff.
Is there no lights in this scenario?
In this case, it's very dark.
Okay.
Also, there's sleep in the eyes.
Yeah.
Have you ever had sleep in the eyes?
The old sleep in the eyes morning
the
reach
little
around.
crusties.
Yeah, you get the morning crust.
Yeah.
It's brutal. And sometimes
Brutal out
you're trying to reach, and this has not been for me personally, but for others, you're trying to reach and you're trying to find maybe something to take the edge off. Maybe
It's the morning. What do you mean?
What are you taking the edge off of sleep?
So like
your
coffee?
Day. Maybe your day. Not everyone.
Are you talking about like a wake and bake situation?
That's a little wake and bake.
Oh, wow.
And,
we're promoting that now.
I don't think we are, and I think if kids are listening. We would never.
We would never.
And as far as they know, they're baking biscuits.
Yes, exactly.
That does take the edge off.
It does, and it can. She, however, has created just a bed.
Okay.
Where the whole side of the bed happens to be a bong.
Okay. The whole side of the bed?
It's a big bong.
Like it's just a
so
long
you wake
boy?
up in the morning, if you do, and you're just reaching around the night. She's made it
so easy.
I want to be clear. Janice has made it to where you can most likely grab a bong.
Yes.
What is this bed called?
It's called the bong side of the bed.
That's right. Yeah, it is. I don't see why it wouldn't be. I don't know why. The bong side of the bed.
I got to be honest. The person that this bed is made for is not waking up in the morning. That's right. They're not waking up in the AM.
But if they get awakened,
I'm not here
by
to
traffic
judge.
or the train or the
yeah,
then
it's right there.
Bong side of the bed.
It's bong side of the bed.
Here's what we're gonna get. We're gonna get 3 to 4 messages very disappointed in us, and then we're gonna get one that's like, bro, where do I buy the bong side of the bed?
Let's just go ahead and apologize to all of our parents. I think that would be helpful.
Yeah. Maybe just fast forward.
Because this isn't ours.
No,
we didn't come up with this.
Janice, I'm disappointed.
He pays us money, which
Janice,
is the best part of
no,
this.
Janice, we're not here to judge any sort of business.
I'm proud of you, to be honest with you.
We got a commercial.
No,
can
we
believe
don't.
it.
We couldn't.
Best part of waking up is the bong side of the bed. Dude. Give me that good stuff. Give me that fun stuff. Give me that good stuff. Bong side of the bed.
Bong side of the bed.
Cheeto.
So wait, was that a double jingle? Was that commercial a double jingle?
That is everything bong side of the bed's ads
That
would
is.
be.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. All right. Well, thank you, Janice. Thank you, Panda, for doing
You're
that.
welcome.
That hard work. And back to you boys in the studio. Taylor Cole and Kanoa Goo are Goo.
Spell that for me.
Kanoa Goo.
How do you spell that?
I am sorry, sir.
Goo.
Okay.
Kanoa Goo.
It's got to be.
They're partnering up for Aloha Heart.
Ooh.
Which is technically the start of Summer Nights, but next week's preview show is not a Summer Nights preview; it's an August preview. It's very different, but we will preview this.
Why don't we just do a Summer Nights preview?
Because we don't have time this week, so we'll do August. We'll do August. And Manu, played by Goo, loves his Hawaiian homeland. His heart is in conversation, knowing full well his family's hotel needs to make big changes to how the business operates. His family resists costly suggestions, wanting to stay competitive with bigger resorts. Sarah Hamilton, played by Taylor Cole, is the best friend and maid of honor of her friend's wedding, which is being held at Manu's hotel. She has trouble getting her foot into the world of environmental protection and is starting to lose.
Zero, 1, 2. Those are the ratings. Let's go.
All right.
Merry Christmas.
We'll be back next week. Until then, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Aloha.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.